This video is to show how a parent, guardian, circle of care, community support staff, anyone who is managing an athlete will do so in our new portal. I have already logged in. As a circle of care, parent, guardian, I will only have a register zone. If in the future I want to participate more, I want to be a chaperone, I want to attend to state games and stay in the hotel with my athletes, I want to be a coach or a coordinator, anything like that, I will click volunteer with Special Olympics and I will go through the steps to complete the checklist items that are necessary for the role that I want to do. For the time being, I am not volunteering with Special Olympics, so I'm going to go to my athletes. Here you will see that I have one athlete under this list, and this person, I can click into their name. And if this person does not have their own email address to log in and manage their information on their own, what you would want to do is come up here and click yes for do you receive email on this person's behalf. That takes away the required email field and indicates that this is a shared email because you receive email on their behalf. At this time, I'm going to leave this because this profile does actually log in and manage things on their own. And I can see that this person has a medical form and a release form on file, but there's not a waiver. So I would click this drop down arrow and I would see that I could add the waiver. Because there is a medical form on file and it is not nearing its expiration date, I do have the choice that I can renew it or I can simply update the medical details. If this athlete was recently diagnosed with a new condition or had a new assisted device or has a change in their medication or has anything else that is medical related that needs to be updated, I can simply go in and update the medical details instead of having to renew the entire thing. So I can see this athlete, but I have another athlete that I want to be able to manage and I don't see them here. So I know this athlete has participated in the last year. So I'm going to send an email to portalsupport@soa.org. I'm going to say, parent of John Hansen, please link profiles. I'm going to say, I am the parent of John Hansen. His birth date is 12/1/1990. I do not see him in my register zone. Could you please link his profile to mine so I can update his information? Thank you. Then I will send it off and portal support will see this subject line and be able to address it and get the profiles linked to you. So let's say that John Hansen has never participated with Special Olympics before. I know that they have not been a recent participant. I can go and click Add New Athlete, and I can update all of the required fields. Again, if I know that he will not have his own login, he will not use his own email address, I will be managing his profile and forms on his behalf, I will click yes for do you receive email on behalf of this person. If John is able to have his own email address and does want to be able to manage his own information, I can add his email address here. And then once he goes and logs in with his own information, the profile will already exist and it will link everything together. If you do click this add new athlete and the person has already existed in our system, the only thing that will happen is it will create a duplicate profile and you will have to manually update all of the profile information, contact information, emergency contact, and it will also show that there are no forms on file. So if you click new athlete and there are forms on file, you will see them as not started and you may end up going through completing the form process without needing to because they're already on record. If you're unsure if the person you want to add is already existing, you can send an email and say, parent of John Hansen. Does he exist already? And give us the birth date and we can look into it. If the person does exist, we can link them to you. If they do not exist, we will either reply back and say, nope, not existing. You can go ahead and add a new athlete. Or maybe we would create the profile and link them to you so then they would show up. You can have as many athletes in your register zone as you manage. If you have an athlete who is no longer with your community, if you work for a community center and Phaedra Hansen decides to move to a different part of the state and you are no longer managing their profile, you can come in and click delete. You may want to come in here and change the do you receive email on behalf of this person and change it to no. Or you can simply go in and delete them and then send us an email and say, hey, this person is no longer with my community center. I am no longer managing their information on their behalf. And then we can update the email address situation on our end. I think that is all that you need to know as a parent caregiver circle of care.